First of all, name of Allah, hi. We will create drop-down navigation bar. In body tag, we will use UL tag open and close UL tag. In between UL tags, we will use open li tag and close a li tag. In between li tags, we will use open a tag, href attribute equal double quotes and link name home and close a tag. Copy. In third li tag, we will use open development and close the development. In between developments, we will create a tag, href equal double quotes and contact and close the a tag and copy. About team and use portfolio. First, we will apply CSS on this UL tag and UL selector represent two UL tags. Open curly braces and close curly braces. We will use background color colon in semicolon. Underneath, we will use padding colon 0 semicolon. Underneath margin colon 0 semicolon. Underneath, we will use overflow hidden colon hidden semicolon, and underneath we will use list style type, remove the bullets and none. We applied CSS on this UL tags. Press the blue button to save the file and go to the browser and press Ctrl F5 to refresh the page. As you can see, we use the background color pink and list style type and its bullets has been removed. Now we will apply CSS on this li tags. Underneath UL selector, we will use li selector, open curly braces and close curly braces, floor column left. Press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser. Press Ctrl F5 to refresh the page. Tag and a tag. Underneath li selector, we will use li selector and a selector. Open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces, we will use text decoration colon none semicolon, and after that we will use padding colon 12px and 14px semicolon. After that we will use text align colon center semicolon, and underneath text align we will use display inline block display colon inline hyphen block semicolon, and so we will use the text color change color column white semicolon. Press the blue button to save the file. Index.html already saved. Go back to the browser and refresh the press Ctrl F5 to refresh the page. External style sheet style.css file, we will use li selector and a selector colon page over selector, open curly braces and close curly braces, background color, column orange, semicolon. Press the blue button to save the file. Go back to the browser and press Ctrl F5 to refresh the page. Mouse over, its color changed into orange. Mouse over, mouse over, mouse over, and mouse over. And now we will use class selector and use drop down, drop down, drop down content, in short form C, open curly braces and close curly braces. So we will use display none, display colon none. After that we will use position colon absolute semicolon. Underneath we will use background color colon background color and use colon after position green semicolon, and after that we will use minimum width colon 150 px semicolon. Underneath minimum width we will use box shadow colon 0px and 8px shorthand property, use 8px 16px and 0px RGB and parentheses open and close 0, 0, 0 and comma 0.2 semicolon. After that we will use z hyphen index colon 1. Now we will use this class selector and drop down content selector, in short form D hyphen down hyphen C, in div, this drop down list. White space class header will use equal double quotes, in between double quotes we will use drop hyphen down and hyphen C. Press the blue button to save the index.html file. Style.css already saved. Go back to the browser, press Ctrl F5 to refresh the page. Now we will apply CSS on A tag. Scroll down and use class selector use and use D hyphen down hyphen C, white space and A selector use. Open curly braces and close curly braces, and in between curly braces we will use text line column center left semicolon and use display colon globe semicolon. Underneath we will use text declaration colon 1 semicolon. After that padding colon 10px and 12px semicolon, and underneath drop down class and A class A selector, sorry, we will use A colon h over, and before we will use class selector and D hyphen down hyphen C, white space, and we will use open curly braces and close curly braces, background color colon light blue semicolon. Class selector D hyphen down and colon h over, and class selector use and use D hyphen down hyphen C, and we will use open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces we will use background color blue semicolon, and use only one class selector Underneath we will use li selector and space class selector, drop hyphen down, and open curly braces and close curly braces. In between curly braces we will use display inline block, display colon inline hyphen block semicolon. Now we will use this selector. Now we will use this class selector and d hyphen down selector using li tag, li space class after videos equal double quotes d hyphen down. Now we will apply CSS on this portfolio button. When user mouse over and drop down list will be appear. In LIA tag after we will use comma d hyphen btm, and after that we will use LIA selector h over selector. After we will use comma class selector and use d hyphen btm button in short form. And now we will use this class d hyphen down using li space a colon h over selector comma after comma we will use selector d hyphen down and use colon h over selector. Use this d hyphen btm using in portfolio class attribute use equal double quotes and use d hyphen btm. Class selector use before d hyphen btm selector, and after that scroll down. This is remove background. Remove instead we will use display colon block semicolon. Press the blue button to save the file. Index.html already saved. Go back to the browser and press Ctrl F5 to refresh the page. Mouse over and drop down list appeared.